All right, we are joined here by Timbers head coach Phil Neville. Phil, congrats on your first win in Providence Park. Just to start us off, yeah, I bet. Start us off with your thoughts on how you're feeling after today.
Well, I think we've just been speaking in the dressing room there. Obviously, after the game, there's a really emotional ceremony at the end of the game. So I think on behalf of the whole club, from ownership down through Heather and Ned and myself, my staff and the players, we want to dedicate the game, the victory tonight, to Ben. I was honoured before the game to meet a member of the Timbers Army who presented me with a scarf, and he said it was going to be a difficult night for the TA. So we dedicate the whole victory to the TA, and in particular Ben, who I know was a legend. He'll be sorely missed, and I've only been in this job for 2.5 months, but I think we saw tonight, or I felt tonight, from a personal point of view, what this club is all about. When you walk out before the game and you see those supporters, you're playing for more than just 3 points. So we dedicate the game to Ben tonight, and we hope that the Timbers Army enjoyed the performance, and I did, particularly for the first 45 minutes. And the last 20 minutes, I didn't particularly enjoy the 20 minutes after half time. I knew that the game would probably, there'd be a reaction from Colorado. I thought we came out a little bit slow, a little bit lackadaisical, and then after 20 minutes, I thought we started to pass the ball and control the game. We didn't have a shot on goal in the second half, but in football, it sometimes works like that. I thought the start of the game was electrifying, and I think what you saw in the first half was a small glimpse of what this team can do.
We'll open it up to questions. Alex?
Phil, in your media day press conference on Tuesday, you made a comment that Anthony had been your guys' best player in preseason. Tonight he's got 2 goals, set up the fourth with the own goal there. What did you make of his performance and the front line as a whole?
I thought it was average. I think last season I watched him. Obviously, the club invested a lot of money in Anthony. There is a transition period when you come to this league from a foreign country, and he had that last season, and from the first day of pre-season, I'd say from the very first moment I got the job and I started to talk to him on messaging and on WhatsApp, just been really impressed with him. His attitude, he wants to win. He stayed in Portland the whole off season virtually, which impressed me immensely. He had a baby last week, and we're living in a modern era where probably he would be entitled to 3, 4, 5 days off. He flew home, they had the baby, and he flew back the next day and wanted to play on the Saturday against Chicago, and that for me showed me everything about him. Both our wide players today I thought were sensational, and I'm excited that he got to start tonight, and he got to produce some really fantastic moments, and funnily enough, I thought some of his best moments were defensively as well, in terms of the work that he put in, and we're going to need that there for the next 50, 53 games, 55 games, and he's a fit boy.
Thanks. Congratulations on the win tonight, and thank you for your words about Benson. Us USL kids really appreciate that. I want to talk about the defensive decisions tonight. The Timbers have really struggled defensively in making progress on set pieces. Eric Miller particularly, he played tight, he played wide. You brought in Zuprik at the end for that 5 in the back. Can you talk to us a little bit about your defensive decisions and the changes you made to fix those issues?
Yeah, well, we've invested in 3 goalkeepers. I thought James was fantastic. We've had a problem all week with Max and his green card. He's been stuck in Barbados trying to get his green card. So it's the reason we invested in 2 or 3 really good keepers, where James comes in tonight and performs really well. And then because of the addition of Kamal, we've really focused on having a little bit more solidity. Juan Mosquera, had a really solid game defensively, and Eric Miller. I think with Eric, what you see is what you get. It's 6, 7 out of 10 every single day, every single game. And when we lost Claudio, there was not that real urgency to bring somebody in, because of the fact that we trusted Eric Miller to do a job, and he did that tonight. Kamal and Zach have started the season really well. There's a good understanding, there's a good partnership there. We've worked hard on our set play, so defensively, because last season was no good. We have regular meetings with the defensive unit to challenge them. And you know, we've got Zupa, we've got Laris, and we've got Miguel as well to come into that back line. We're really stacked at centre back. So every house is built with a solid foundation, and we hope that that's our solid foundation for the season.
Hey, Coach. You were forced into an early change before the game started, with Evander having to leave the lineup due to an injury suffered in warm-ups. Eric Williamson pushed into a bit of a more advanced role. Was wondering if you have an update on Evander's health and just your thoughts on Williamson's performance tonight.
Yeah, well, Evander's been, against Chicago last week, he took a real bad kick on his heel. And it's like any other injury, is that his heel's been recovering really well, and when he started training, because of the compensation, he started getting tightness in his calf, and in the warm-up he was feeling his tightness in his calf, and what we thought is that I'd rather him miss one game than miss a month or 5 to 6 weeks, and we took the long-term approach, and because Christian has been training so well, it was a seamless transition, and Eric had trained in the number 10 position early in the week when Evander had a day recovery, so it was pretty straightforward. Eric Williamson, from day one of pre-season, he's worked every day of the off-season. He's got in his own mind, he's probably got a lot of time to make up because of the amount of times that he's missed, and to score the goal in early in the game gave him a massive boost. And you could see probably when he came out for the half time, he's worked really hard pre-season, but what happens is when you come out after half time, it just hits you a little bit, you know, the intensity of the games, the intensity and motion of the moment, and I felt in the second half he just slowed down a little bit, and that's why we brought him off. But he's a big player for us. When we talk about new signings, him and David Ayala are new signings for us.
And then Phil, congrats on the win, your first win. Can you just speak to us about just your emotions and feelings walking out of the tunnel for the first time? And then also just when you heard the last whistle and getting those 3 points.
Yeah, well, I wanted the last whistle at about 65 minutes when they were peppering our goals. So, you know what? I've had a lot of messages over the last 24 hours, and I've been really calm. I've been really calm because what I've seen and how I've been accepted here has been so good. It feels like home. It really does. You know, I had my afternoon sleep today, and I just felt totally calm. And when I came here, I've got to say, it felt like a Champions League type feeling. You know, there's a buzz in the air. There's an anticipation. There's I come out to watch the. I come out at 6:30, and behind the goal there is at the 107. It was almost full, and it just felt like you was playing in a big Champions League game, and it felt like home. It took me back to playing in the big games in the EPL and in the Champions League. So it feels like home. We've done so much hard work over the last 5 to 6 weeks, and we've still got so much work to do. You know, I think if you look at the depth of our squad at this moment in time, it's nowhere near where it needs to be. You know, it's a long season, it's a marathon, and you know, we're not getting carried away by today's result. What we're pleased is it's another step forward for this group.
Coach, congrats on your first win as Timbers head coach. This was the second time actually Timbers has scored 4 goals in a game since they went against Seattle back in 2016. If you had to give your team a grade tonight on their performance, what would you give and why?
7 out of 10. Yeah, 7 out of 10. I think there's still improvements. They created 1 or 2 chances in the first half that James saved. There was some crosses coming in that I didn't like. The 20 minutes after half time I really did like, and you know, I think as a coach you've got to keep raising the bar and raising the standards, and you know, I said to them at half time is that the second half is going to be different. They're going to come out. They've been burnt in the first half. And they did, and they really put some pressure on us, and I just felt we just started with the slightly wrong mentality in terms of, I think we thought it was going to be easy. No game in this league's easy, and but I think what we've seen in pre-season, and I think I said it in one of the press conferences the other day, this team plays in moments, and when they hit the moment like we did in the first half, we're going to be a really difficult team to beat here. That's for sure. And there was moments in the last 20 minutes where I thought, do you know what? They're starting to defend well with confidence, and they were really compact. I'd like to see us with a bit more control, but I think with with Mora out and Marvin Laria out, Claudio out, I think Evander out. I think once we get those quality players back, plus our DP, I think we're going to be a good team.
Coach, some of the players during the week, they said that they were training this season as a rematch, as a la revancha in Spanish, going into the season because they missed the last 2 postseasons.
Yeah.
You were talking about the foundation. What is the next block in the foundation after today's game?
Well, the foundation is still being built. I'm not getting carried away with tonight at all. It's the first game of the season. I think there's been an acceptance by the whole football club from top to bottom that the last 2 seasons haven't been good enough. This club, them supporters need to be challenging, and they need to be in the. We need to be in the playoffs. So I think when I sat down with all the players, there was a lot of moments where people had to take accountability for their performance over the last 2 seasons, and it's like I said the other day, it's not just one man, it's the whole football club has to take responsibility for that, and we're almost resetting the culture in a way. I felt tonight there was a different feeling to the whole stadium. It was almost like there was a reset, there was a freshness, there was a, this is a new era. Let's all be positive. We want this ground full. I want the whole stadium full. I want the whole stadium going away from this football games thinking, this is really exciting. And today was a little step forward, and we've still got a long way to go. You look at the games today, we've watched them all this afternoon. There's so many good teams in this Western Conference, in both conferences, that's invested a lot of money, and we have to keep competing, we have to keep matching, we have to keep striving to be better, we have to keep every single day working hard, because for example, Anthony Santamarino, Juan Mosquera, for them to get right to the very top, they need to keep working hard, and as a team we want to be successful.
Coach Phil, how you doing? Felipe Ramis over here.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well. You told us this week that you were pretty tired of talking and you were ready for the team to play. First of all, I wanted to congratulate you, and then I wanted to ask you, how much of your starting project did we see tonight?
Well, I think the biggest thing that you saw tonight, you saw a team with a clear identity to attack and a good structure. They implemented the game plan that we wanted. They stuck to the discipline of the game plan, and a team played with confidence. And I think I saw glimpses of that in pre-season. A team that when they play with that confidence, they can be a good team. Now, we've still got a lot of work to do. I keep saying it. I see it every single day in terms of we've got to be relentless with everything that we do. We had 5 subs tonight. I think we need more depth, and we need to get players back fit very quickly. But I think the way that we want to play, the way that we want to keep improving the players means that we're going to have a real lot of fun doing it. And I was always brought up by my parents and by a manager that says, if we're going to die, we're going to die trying, and we're going to go for it in every single game. And if there's any doubt about going forwards or back, we're going to go forwards as a team. And that philosophy has been with me from day one, and I'm not going to change that. And I think what we've got here at Providence Park, we've got teams come here. They're going to be playing 12. They're going to be playing 12, not 11, because they're sucking that ball into the back of the net tonight. And I really think that this is our X factor. You can talk about players, systems, tactics, managers, or whatever, but our X factor, we've got an extra DP. That's the way I look at it, and our DP is behind that goal.
Hi, Coach. Jeremy Pierman, Cascadia FC. I have a question about Dairon Asprilla.
There you go. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I couldn't see it.
Yeah. Normally he plays out wide, either on the left or the right, but today he played primarily through the middle. How would you rate his performance tonight?
I thought he played well. I thought, in the first scrimmage we had in pre-season, we're probably playing the starters versus the non-starters, and he was on the non-starters, and he was unbelievable. And Ridgie Shannon turned to me and said, he will start the first game of the season, and because of his attitude, because of his performances, he always finds a way of playing games of football, and maybe he's part of the depth, but he'll play so many minutes here. He's got so much experience. Early in the week when we knew that Felipe was out, we had no doubt that Dairon had to start the first game of the season. The work that he does in both boxes in terms of heading balls away, but also occupying centre backs, the strength on the ball, bringing people into play, and he sacrificed himself for the team today in a position that he doesn't play that often. And we're going to need him over the next 3 to 4 weeks, because we're probably not going to have Felipe for the next 3 to 4 weeks. So him and Nathan are going to have to really keep producing good performances.
All right, we'll wrap it there. Thank you, Phil.
Thanks, guys.